Hey everybody, I'm gonna get chopping my head off. Let's see if we can get it any better. Yeah, that's good enough. So, it's been a long time, a couple of weeks, maybe even longer since I did a video. There hasn't really been much to talk to about on the e-bike front. There's some new products, some new patents applied for, but it's stuff that won't be seen for a few years. I'm going to upgrade this to 10 speed. I made my final decision, bought the parts. We have to change the derailleur, chain, cassette, and shifter. It's about 130 bucks for mid-level quality stuff, DRA stuff. Uh, the cassette's a 105 cassette from a road bike set because of the gearing I want. 11 to 25 right now. I think I'm running 11 to 28, so I'm going to end up with a smaller low gear, but I very rarely ever use it anyway. So maybe it'll be more usable with the smaller uh, large cog. Um, and I bought new pedals. I don't even know what kind they were. Some might as well say abbreviated ZYRH. Um, they're CNC'd and have three bearings in them. They were on sale. Karen bought them. I told her I didn't really care as long as it said three bearings in the deal. And they're compared to the other set of pedals that I put on my XP, they're a little smoother, so maybe they're a little better quality. Uh, but they're heavy, a pound for both pedals. But with this new stuff that I'm putting on the bike, we should actually lose some weight. Not much, couple, maybe 5, 6 ounces total, and every little bit counts. So it's time for the chain to be replaced anyway. We have, I replaced it at 1,900 miles, and we have 40. I want to say 40, at least 4,300 miles. So uh, it was an e-bike chain. It's supposed to last longer. Whether it did or not is another thing. Now, what I'll do when I take this off is I'll take this off, clean the chain up in some kind of cleaner and the cassette, and I'll throw it in the spare pile. Whereas if I have a problem and I can't get one right away, I can just put this one back on. Uh, well, I could put everything back on, but uh, so really that ain't gonna work too well. We'll see. I may just throw it in the garbage. Seems like everything's only a few days away anymore, so. And I can always use a break because I don't give myself much of a break right anymore. I'm almost every day. A week ago, I missed 2 days because of weather. It was just raining too hard to go out. And this coming up week, we're taking a trip up to the UP, so I won't be riding any of the week probably at all. Monday might be the last day I get a ride in, and Tuesday we're going up there. After all, the people have left and gone home. Uh, just to take the side by side up and do a little rock hunting and enjoying just riding around. Uh, we're getting to the point that we've been on almost every trail in the area that we go to, so it may be time to move a little farther north pretty soon and see. I know there's trails we haven't gotten to, so it's just a matter of deciding where we're going next. This might be the last trip we do, but it might not be. We went up there in October of last year, and it was still warm enough in October to go out on the side by side. A little cold at night for Karen, though. She was having problems staying warm. Me, I'm fine. There's still, we had a windstorm last week. There's still trees falling off, branches falling off the trees. I just heard a big one back there falling down. And it's nowhere where I could see it. So, yeah, we've, uh, the, so the updates are just minor. The bike, I will probably do a couple videos on changing to 10 speed. Probably will break it down to each part that I put on so that I don't make a hour and a half long video, because I don't do anything fast anymore. Then the next thing I'll be doing to this is buying a 500-watt power pack for a battery, so I can get a little more range. I Using the rule of thumb that I use for all my lithium batteries, never go below a certain threshold. I'm at 26 miles is at the threshold on this bike that I don't really want to break. Usually says I have about 9 miles when I finish of range, so uh, I try to keep it from doing any lower than that. So a 500-watt battery is 2 or 3 more amp hours than this, and I should be able to do about 14 miles on before it drops 1 bar. And right now I can do between 10 and 11 miles before it goes down a bar, and then the second bar lasts about 8 miles, and yeah, so about 18 miles for the first 2 bars right now. And with that bike I should be able to get 24, with that 500-watt battery I should get 24 miles before it drops off the first 2 bars, and then we're in the middle of the battery pretty much after that. So basically I can go out 24 miles, turn around and come back 24 miles in my current riding style and conditions. So uh, and I always ride home in turbo mode. I don't really end up any faster getting home. It's just a little easier. Usually try to do 18 miles on touring, and then after I get my 18 miles, then I usually switch to turbo, which burns through the last half of the battery fairly fast. Oh, what else can we talk about? We got 8 minutes. Um, There's some big changes coming to the trails around here. Unfortunately, this one still won't be paved. If you didn't know, they did pave the section that goes up to Smyrna Hill. They paved 3,000 feet up that hill because it was a mess. It was hard to ride on. So if you ride the trail, that section's been paved. So if you've been avoiding it because of how rough it was, you could start using that section. Here they're adding on to, the city of Greenville's adding on to their trail system. They're building a new trail that meets up with this one, and they're almost to the paving phase, I think. So it should be open in another couple of weeks, I would think. Where it goes, I don't know. I'll figure that out when it happens. There is a website you can go to and look up at the Michigan Rails to Trails movement, what they're doing and how they're integrating the e-bikes into the trail systems, to because there's more and more people even on this section between Belding and Greenville that use this as a way to get back and forth to work. A couple of them are electrics. I've seen a few bikes on here. Unfortunately, the DNR still hasn't opened up this trail to class 2 or 3 bikes, and most of them are that you see on the trail. I very seldom see anybody but else riding a class 1 on this trail. But Yeah, I used to ride a class 3 on there, or class 2. Karen hasn't been on a bike still. I was thinking we'll go down and watch fireworks on the bikes because it's just easier to get back home, but I doubt I'll get her to do it. Well, so upcoming videos, like I said, we'll be switching this bike over to 10 speed. It's not a big difference, it's just another gear, one more gear added. Uh, but the durability of 11 and 12 speed is a little iffy when you're putting a mid-drive motor to use. They'll hold up, but you're going to go through chains and cassettes fairly fast. So right now, 10 speed's going to be the way I go, and it'll probably be what I stay with, unless I just don't see the durability being there, and then I might just go back to 9-speed stuff. But the wheels now have almost 2,500 miles on them, and there's been no problems with them, no issues. I serviced the hub last week, just cleaned some more grease out and put some more back in it. Seems to be fine. Uh, People have complained the hubs wore out really quick, and I think what they did was they assumed it was ready to use out of the box, and it wasn't. It needed grease in the ratchet system uh, to make it work right, and some people just didn't put grease in there and wore out those ratchet systems, which are replaceable. You can buy the parts to replace them on Alibaba or AliExpress, either one. Uh, I guess that's it. Hey, it's nice talking to you all. Uh, I could leave you with some words of wisdom that I just recently was reminded of. 1970 something, 79, President Reagan went on at the White House in the Oval Office to address the nation and announce his reelection, and he made some great comments. He basically said you need to look at how you're living now versus how you lived 4 years ago. Is everything more expensive? Are you making more money? Have your wages kept up with the economy? And or how are jobs? How are jobs finding? Now we know the job market is starting to slip. Now it's starting to they're starting to see cracks in the economy that is going to lead to probably a recession sooner or later. I don't think they could stave it off. Once it starts, there's nothing they can do about it. They can try all they want, but how come they've never stopped another other recessions? Because they just can't. Once they start something in that direction, it just goes that direction. So I think we have a recession coming on. Hopefully, it's not as bad as it was in 2008. Uh, but so uh, that's all I'm going to say about the elections. Just think about how you are now and how you were 4 years ago. Are you better off? If you are, then you know who you need to vote for. If you aren't, then I guess you need to look in another direction. Have a great day.